I do think Karmine Corp will play up to their level of competition here, regardless of the result in their last match. It should be a banger regardless, but the oxygen of the Fall Open may well be here, Johnny, as we get underway in Game 1.
Yeah, I just want to mention, of course, if we have cursed them, I want no part in it. I want no responsibility. I was first to predict them.
I mean, you mentioned the hours, so I blame you.
I'm off the hook. I want to be exempt. But, you know, realistically, I think Karmine Corp will step up for this game as well. They struggled against Williams Resolve, but I think when you put Karmine Corp in against a tougher team, a team that they expect to have a harder time with, they've tended to up their level and perform to the occasion. That's already a nice pass in field from Exotic. Vatira denied by Archie in defense. For me, the thing I'm looking out for from Oxygen is, or rather from Karmine Corp, is will they be, you know, really going for another regional win here, or are they just going to try and have some fun with this one? They've already qualified for the major, of course, but you know, so had Gen G before they went and won Regional 3 in America, so we might just see Karmine Corp on an even higher level here with the pressure off.
Maybe something to say about the qualification buff, but we'll see if that happens here for KCorp. Right now, it's been Oxygen holding them in the blue half. Archie, good pull off. He didn't have any boost, but baited the 50 in. It does force Oxygen back regardless. KCorp looking for a way in. Everyone rotating in pretty closely. Vatira coming in as third man and actually pumps the ball off of the defender. Doesn't seem to matter much. Real battle in midfield right now. Only just trying to keep the ball close.
It's just a pretty calm start to a matchup that could, at any minute, explode into action. Archie waiting to see what Karmine Corp are going to do with this defensive air dribble. Not too much. Karmine Corp sitting back and letting Oxygen come at them. I think they're probably just starting off the series with the mindset of, all right, let's just see what kind of Oxygen we've got today. Are they just going to overcommit? Are they going to give us free counterattacks? If not, I'm sure we'll see Karmine Corp start to press up and fight more for the midfield. But right now they are, you know, faking a lot of challenges. They're backing off. They're trying to react to what Oxygen are doing.
Holy. Got that corner boost steal, try to get it set up, and Jorius protects the read on the aerial. Now takes a low shot and pops it up. Nobody from Oxygen can go. Oli only working on small pads right now, trying to get in on the 50. He actually got it. Forced KCorp to go wide, and the pinch works out for Oxygen. They continue to hold KCorp in their half, but the shots aren't exactly coming readily. That one kicked away. Oli really wanted to launch himself at it, but no one could connect. Not quite making the connection. Jory is going to keep it on top, and he gets the dump too. So Oxygen winning those battles, those little 1v1 battles in the 50-50s.
Yeah, that early jump just moments ago was actually a pre-jump. He was way off to the side and pre-jumped, probably yelling for the pass to come towards him, but it didn't. It just went off to the backboard instead. So loving the confidence from Oli there, but communication clearly needs to come in a little bit sooner. Now Oli with the reset, he's not got it past the last man, but the ball sticks in the Karmine Corp end regardless. And this is a position you got to be very careful against Karmine Corp. A lot of players lunging into the back corner there against a bunch of Fennecs who are hiding behind the ball. If there's a Fennec behind the ball, Jorby, you don't want to just throw yourself in. You know you're just going to bounce off the ball, and then the Fennec player is going to easily win the 50-50. So something Oxygen have got to be careful about.
Fennec's just built different, and Itachi tried to drill it, but Oxygen had a little help from their crossbar. Great defense there by Archie. He's got a savior. As we approach, wow, already 4 minutes gone in this game. It feels like a whole lot of nothing, but really it's been battle to try to keep possession of the ball. A lot of close touches to force the 50, but they haven't won enough successive 50s. Here's Vatira on the reset. He's got no boost. There's not much he could do, and he was already challenged. Oxygen denied. Itachi's forced Archie to play ball, and Exotic gets up for the read. KCorp, excellent on the defensive end so far, but they just gave it up. Archie, with 48 seconds left, finally opened the score.
Well, that's a massive read from Archie, just trusting that even a defender of Vatira's caliber can miss plays like that one. There's no reason not to go as second man. He's got someone in behind him if things do go wrong, if Vatira can get a miraculous read in defense. All this sitting back from Karmine Corp at the moment not paying off. It's Oxygen breaking through, and then Karmine Corp breaking out.
Quick pass and shot! Itachi finds the bar! There are literal pixels between Archie's Fennec and the top of the bar here, and somehow it slits through.
That's a perfect pass from Exotic. And a perfect shot from Itachi as well, past two defenders. Joria's tried to control the ball in defense, but it got away from him, and that's all that needs to happen for Karmine Corp to pounce. If Joria's had just kept that ball close to him, the game would probably still be in Oxygen's favor, but now it's Karmine Corp again. Itachi shoots in a second one, and after a very quiet start to the game, the slumbering Karmine Corp have awoken.
Oh, Joria's got Goomba stomped. Oh, I'm coming down. I thought Archie, he got bumped out of the play. I'm not even sure he would have been able to make a play on it, but it was Joria's to grab. And a Karmine Corp Fennec fell right on top of him. I think that's just proof, Johnny. Fennec better than Octane, right?
Well, it's definitely a lot. It's like a heavy car buff almost. I mean, heavy car bug was a myth in the Rocket League community for a long time, but I feel like the Fennec just looks stronger. It just feels stronger in any kind of 50-50, in any kind of bumping play. It's just a car that rolls with the punches so well these days. So much so that we've even got players like Daniel in NA kind of limiting his own aerial usage and just playing the Fennec and dominating people. So yeah, this is what Karmine Corp do. They just plow right through you. Really, I mean, this game has to be credited to the thunderous striking of Itachi and the wonderful infield pass that set it all up from Exotic. They were 1 goal down with, I think, less than a minute to go. Yeah, less than a minute to go on the replay when Oxygen scored. And Exotic just perfectly fired that pass in for Itachi to score.
Something about that hatchback just gives you a bit more weight behind your punch leaf. So what else is going on?
Yeah, well, I know Johnny's all hot on this new meta right now. Unbind, air roll, and use the Fennec.
It's true. Just get with the program. It's time, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody's gonna go pro. It's time for all of us. Pro play's never gonna have more achievable. But don't get mistaken. I mean, there's a lot going on here that we have to highlight as well.
Yeah, just before we get into the match, I will let you know that Quadrant got their win over Solary. A lot of other matches are relatively close right now. So Quadrant's still on track for clinching Rotterdam.
KCorp spent a lot of that first game on defense. Felt like they managed the ball pretty well. Oxygen, and they don't get caught out again with a couple of KCorp strikes at the end of the game as Vatira flips into the reset. Drops down! That's a beautiful Vatira goal! Oh, you might as well trademark it.
Yeah, Vatira, really somebody's got to challenge him here. Archie faked the challenge in defense and then didn't go for the ball quickly enough to give it to his defender behind him any time to react. Phenomenal job by Vatira. 1v2 play by him, but yeah, you've got to go. You've just got to go. If you're in defense there, if you're in the back corner, you've got to send it. Archie decides to play a bit passively on that one, and I'm sure he regrets it now.
Oxygen. This is kind of where your metal gets tested. KCorp are going to bring you high level of play. Gotta find a way to respond, and they have been able to push KCorp. They've been able to generate pressure. Gotta keep KCorp out. The issue starts to become on defense and how you're performing there, more so than your output on offense, because that's never really a question for Oxygen. As here come KCorp again, it's the transition, and it's left open. Maybe they get it, and it's off the post, just taken away. It was a free ball for KC, but there's still defenders they had to avoid.
Yeah, really great assist attempt there again from Exotic, who's really pioneering and pushing forward the bot Fennec meta here. One of the OGs to that playstyle, even before it became popular recently.
Wait, if he's Exotic, is Itachi like Ibachi? Is that how that works?
Yeah, I mean that one's open to discussion. I'm not,
okay.
I don't know. I'm not sure we got a name for it yet, but you guys can leave your suggestions on Twitter at RL Esports, #RLCS. Of course, Vatira is that's a given. We don't even think about that.
Vatira is guaranteed. KC, we're trying to bot farm here. Is Vatira?
Oh,
got it. That took all of his boost to get that touch, and it forces Archie to protect the ball. It does, but Itachi just comes in. Says, sure, play the ball to the corner. I'm going to win the 50. Vatira playing with confidence when he leaves the air. Going for the reset. trying for the 50s. KCorp are still winning the midfield. Itachi though gets deleted, and that might be the chance for Oxygen to break out. The net's open. That should be in. Archie ties the game.
A huge play by Jorius here. Demos Vatira. Vatira probably expecting Jorius to play the ball there. Tried to go around him. Jorius had an even better idea. Takes Vatira out of the game, and then doesn't even have to contend him for the ball. He just has it for free. I don't think he even needed Archie's help with that one, but Archie's there just to make sure the ball was going to cross the line.
KCorp back on defense. Everyone gets set up. Vatira in net with full boost. He's got to back Itachi up. And Exotic, he takes a look at the field before he jumps for that, but couldn't get decent enough contact. Ended up planting it right on Archie's bumper. Now wait. Actions from Itachi. He got the first touch out, but Oxygen still hunting for the double off the board. And Exotic gets to it in time, but he's out. And Vatira almost got caught lurking forward. He does get back in time. Oxygen rotating back. Jorius bought them a little bit of time. Archie gets 2 touches. A little awkward, but Itachi recovers. Can another save happen? No, Jorius gets the goal, and Oxygen have the lead.
Yeah, Oxygen looking lively on this one. The entire team's involved, but look at Jorius. Quick play from third man position, just lunging in there. And I think getting lively because he knows that if they lose this game, everybody's going to be calling for Jorius to switch to the Fennec. There's 5 on the field right now. He's the only player playing Octane. And you know, he's got a lot of history with that as well. He is a Fennec player. Great save from Archie. How's he stopped that one? Yeah, if you want to see a return to Fennec Jorius, then you're going to need to let him know. Boreas, as he's been called in the past. Norias, perhaps.
Boreas.
Is
Jorius on Twitter. I don't think there's an RL there.
Just let him know his alter ego has to make a return at some point, as now Karmine hold the line to keep this game at a 1-goal deficit.
Great carry from Vatira, but Exotic was just playing too wide. He does get the bump on his way out. Archie recovers. This does give Itachi a long look at the ball, and he connects with Vatira, who didn't have any boost on that. It's going to be hard to win that 50. Exotic kills the ball. He doesn't have boost. Could have been a precarious position for KCorp, but everyone grabs some canisters. No problem for them to send it right back. They almost cashed them out. Actually, they did. Itachi reads the play and dunks Oxygen into their net.
Yeah, Vatira dropped down to Exotic, and Itachi there to deny Jorius to clear across the box. Jorius had no idea that was coming. If he did, he definitely underestimated just how quickly Itachi was going to get there. Just like that, Karmine are back in the game, and it almost seems inevitable that they're going to be running away with it now. Despite all of their efforts, continue to just be surprised by the late game pushes that Karmine send towards them.
Exotic. Get that one set up. Now KCorp in retreat. Oxygen diving for it, but no touch. And KCorp getting a big one over them. Itachi wants the pass out over to Exotic. Connects. Itachi back around the corner. Exotic's actually going to take it, but Vatira had rotated to the backside and now has to defend the turnaround. She does. It's enough for KCorp to start withstanding the ball on their own third. They have something at the end here. Vatira, he's looked threatening, but Jory is a great catch. Pass out, denied by KCorp. We will go to OT.
Can we get a safe kickoff from Oxygen? It looks like we will. They've, for the most part, been pretty consistent with these this season. Archie told me after the first regional that they had the best kickoffs in EU. But, you know, Karmine haven't got a bad kickoff either. They're pretty solid at least fighting for that first touch in the center circle. Oh my goodness, pre-jump in defense there from Exotic. Kills connect. Archie's through, but Vatira blocks him. That was a wild pre-jump from Exotic there to try and intercept the forward pass. Definitely unnecessary. Left Vatira in a bit of a bind. Vatira, legendary defender, didn't have an issue. Oh, Exotic again has crept off the line. Vatira to the rescue for the second time.
This is a tough position right now for KCorp. Vatira's got nothing. Itachi's got nothing. Exotic has 81. And the ball's over his head. Now here comes another one. Popped up Jorius. Wants Archie to go for it. Wanted someone on Oxygen to go for it, but it ended up being a free clear. There's nowhere Jorius could go for the ball. And now KCorp get out of a very awkward defensive stint. actually hang on to the ball here, though. That's been a problem as Oli comes straight down. Once the dunk, he's not going to get it. Vatira too clutch on the back line, but only 4 boost. Exotic avoids the bump. He's got no boost. A lot of no boost life on the blue half right now. Get a couple canisters and they break out again. Oh, the drop pass to Exotic. Tried to find Itachi. That would have been absolutely nasty. And Oli almost cashes Vatira out on the back end, but he keeps the ball in the corner, and KCorp have rotated back and refueled.
Oh, Exotic just 50ing his way past everybody once again. Vatira's pre-jumped him, and they've managed to connect! An unbelievable pass! What on earth have we just witnessed?
Exotic turns his car. He said, Vatira hit me. This is going in, baby. Oh, right on his nose.
What?
Oh.
What?
That was disgusting.
I think earlier on today we saw an unbelievable pre-jump goal from Team Liquid. It was 5-0 at the time, and we said, listen, if that's a tie game, it's goal of the season. Did we speak too soon? Karmine Corp has done it in OT against Oxygen, the regional one champions of Europe. And that was fully intentional. There was absolutely no luck involved. Vatira hitting it right back into Exotic. Exotic laid it off for him in the first place. Unbelievable. Truly unbelievable synergy from Karmine Corp. No way that Oxygen could have seen that coming. Come on, fast forward. Skip this goal. Jory's open net. We do not care. Next. Here we go.
There it is.
Just a crazy pre-jump play from Exotic. I could watch that on repeat all day. Let's just skip the next game and keep watching that goal back over and over again. Welcome back, Leaf. Hope you caught the end of that game.
I absolutely did. There was no way I could miss it with the screaming that was going on as well. That was a beautiful way to end that. Across the board, by the way, Solary bounced back, so that's 1-1. The only game that was in a at a match point was actually Team Liquid's, and they do complete the sweep over Aogiri. And I will let you know another match point just happened, and it's Heat over Moist, 2-1.
What?
Wow.
What?
Well, you know,
What's happening over there?
I don't understand what's happening with Moist as well. I mean, I said at the start of the day that they're going to need to rely on other results going their way to clinch today, but I didn't expect us to have to talk about the possibility of them being eliminated from Swiss. I know I thought that they're going to go through and then tomorrow we'll have the confirmation. Well, here we have Oxygen starting off strong. Probably pass there from Archie to play that one into a position Oli can work with. Nice placement from Oli as well, predicting the pre-jump, going back close behind the defender. Man, what is going on with Moist today? I still can't believe that they're losing another match point.
They at least they usually beat those teams, right? Like Moist has definitely had struggles in Swiss, but losing to Solary and now going down to Heat have not really had much results at all this split. So that one's definitely a head scratcher. But the former Moist veteran Vatira diving for that ball. And he's having himself quite the game here on, or in this match. And Johnny, I think I'm starting to regret switching my pick. You fooled me.
I know, I might have baited you there. Sorry about that.
But, you know,
the
it's still
Karmine's
chance.
energy. I mean, Vatira is just continuing to look like the best player in the world. It has to be said. This guy just looks unstoppable right now. If I'm Oxygen, I'm trying to demo this guy any chance I can get, because when he's behind the ball, it's just so hard to get it past him. But even then, going forward, he's also just such an effective player. Yeah, just unbelievable. One of the best players in the world last season for Moist. Now he joins a new team and he's looking every bit as good.
Just goes to show you his type of play. Vatira, he's that slot-in player. He could probably join any roster and elevate them to the next level. Why you got to feel like he's the best player in the world, or at least in that conversation to start the season. And he's certainly looking great against Oxygen. But Oxygen are holding this lead for now. This was happening in game one. For Oxygen, they get the first goal, and then KCorp score late to tie it up and win. So this is certainly not out of the woods at all. As Oxygen, they're gonna extend the lead with an incredible shot here from Jorius.
Yeah, looks like Vatira is the only player who had boost. Exotic and Itachi both in a position to potentially challenge the ball, but they didn't have boost to get to it. So the pass goes completely uncontested. Jorius smashes in a shot over the top of Vatira. No way is even Vatira going to save that one. Can't only make it 3-0. Exotic can't get in the way of that one. And it is going to be 3.
Nice goal. Exotic turns up the field first. Sees Oli has it. and waits for him to give that ball up, and he's just a little slower. Oli was close to the ball. He got enough height. It's going to be difficult for Exotic to pop up. Not a bad idea there from Exotic. It looked like he wanted the challenge at first. Then he felt like he had a better challenge once he let Oli hit the ground and defend the shot. Fortunately for him, Oli was better.
Yeah, I'm definitely expecting that Exotic was reading a shot there. Because the way that Oli flew off at that, it looked like he planned to just shoot it first time. Exotic turned to cover the net, but great deception from Oli. Had control of the ball, wasn't actually planning to shoot it. Just countered Exotic's turn back to goal with perfect ball control. And those touches are really hard to do when you don't have a lot of boost. So yeah, definitely a great play by Oli to outplay Exotic there.
Comes out now 3-0 for KCorp. May get away from them. It already has. And Oxygen setting up in the corner again. Joreuz throws it straight down, and Oli forces the issue. That is a hat trick for Oli.
Yeah, that's another great pass. Joreuz just getting over the top of it, and Oli pounces on the near post play. This has had Exotic's number a couple of times now, once in a straight up 1v1, now just in reading what's happening in front of them. We've had late game surges from KarmineCorp in both of the games that we've seen so far, but this one I think has just gotten a bit too far away from them. The Oxygen offense doing a bit too much damage early on. They might continue to do damage here. Vatira is there to stop it, but they really are struggling to get those counterattacks going in the way that they did in the previous two games.
Whoa, that one flipped over. And that,
oh my.
I mean, before that Vatira save, all of KCorp, with under 2 minutes left, we're sitting under 100 points. They legitimately have done nothing behind the ball this game. It's been all Oxygen, and I mean, that drop pass from Oli. Well, what do you do for KCorp?
Yeah, it seems like Oxygen are thriving in the more chaotic situations where the ball's pinching out into the open play, when players are able to just get a clean touch on the ball. It's the 50-50 game that KarmineCorp look more comfortable dealing with, and you know, that really indicates that Oxygen have got to try and keep this game as flowing as they can. Just keep pinging the ball around, try and stay active, try and stay moving. It's KarmineCorp's changes of pace that mess with teams. That's a great interception there from Joreuz. If Oxygen can keep this up, then there's definitely a possibility of a comeback here. So if their offense looks this good, even KarmineCorp are going to struggle to hold them back.
Well, this final minute, while we wait for it to end, I'm not going to lie, I'm a little more interested in what's going on in Heat versus Moist right now. This final minute.
Surely.
Leaf, I need an update.
Yeah, so it was 3-1 for Heat with 1:20 left. Rise did just score, so they're only 1 goal down, but they're still down to Heat right now.
What's the time left on that game?
1:26.
1:26 remaining, 3-2. That's match point Heat. Moist heading towards the 0-2 round. I mean, if they go out in Swiss early, I don't think they might not even be favorites to make the major anymore, because every round that you get into, every round that you get a win in Swiss, you are putting more points on the board for the split. So this is an actual disaster for Moist. The fact that they're 0-2, that puts massive pressure on them. Well, if they do go 0-2, we might still see a 0-second goal from them, as we often do. Surely
Brazil set up here.
Yeah, surely nothing more than consolation here for KarmineCorp, despite the fact that was a gorgeous shot to the top left corner.
It was all,
by the way.
Oh, Moist have done it again. They've done it again. Of course they have.
Still icy even when they're down, but it does need to be, Moist do need to win 2 series to feel safe for the major. But if they do go 0-3 or even 1-3, means that it's more likely they miss or they end up in a tiebreaker. So it'll give you guys an update on that match as soon as we get one. But this one's still going between Oxygen and KCorp as Oxygen survive and prevent the sweep.
Yeah, much better game there from Oxygen. Just brutal with their finishing and the timing of their arrival. They've been extremely aggressive with their approaches. Anytime the ball centers, they are there for it. So KarmineCorp are going to need to be aware of that. They're going to need to just hit the ball into the corner defensively. You can't think too much about immediate counterattacks when teams are just advancing quickly in second man position. You have to just go play it into the corner, It's try and survive a bit, and then once Oxygen's offense runs dry a boost, you can maybe think about attacking.
I will also mention Solary is currently on match point against Quadrant. Quadrant trying to get their second win in Swiss here to clinch Rotterdam. It is
Johnny. This is your region, bro. You want to explain?
Well.
You want to explain, dude? This is your region, dude. No, I'm saying Johnny. I'm asking Johnny.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do I want to explain? There's nothing needs explaining. I mean, this is what Europe does.
What's going on?
This is what Europe does. There are no free wins. There are no matchups that you could just lock in 100%. But Quadrant, they're pretty much qualified anyway. Even if they don't clinch it themselves, they're probably still going to Rotterdam. So I don't think they're feeling the pressure there. This might just be a case of Solary bootcamp buff, like Fairy P tweeted about earlier on. I think it was last night or today.
Well, boot camp buff may be happening for them. Moist ended up winning in Game 4 against Heat, so that one goes to Champions Field. And maybe this one will go to Champions Field as well as we get underway. Oxygen put on an absolute tsunami of goals against KCorp. We'll see if KCorp can dry that up. As Vatira gets started and KCorp try to get set on offense. Exotic gonna pop it up himself, forces 2 to commit, but Archie will easily recover. Oli will protect the ball. Still KCorp ball though.
Oh, be careful, Archie!
Oh, no! Exotic gets the goal, but how about this shot from Vatira?
Oh dear, well, Archie just kind of got in the wrong place at the wrong time there, re-centered the ball after the initial save, and I don't think either of his teammates were ready for him to make that touch. Shorias was just advancing to play the ball himself, so it ended up in a terrible position for them. It's actually going to try and double up. He's actually called for Exotic to jump behind him there as he flicked the ball up high. Okay, Oxygen making a bit of a mistake there after Vatira almost styled on them. And there's a ton of time left for them to really get that offensive machine rolling again. Archie's initial attempt denied by Exotic.
I wonder if this changes Oxygen's approach. They scored so early in the last game, and then they just played with complete confidence the whole way through. Does that change at all with KCorp taking the lead a little early? Exotic actually beating the midfield line. Hitachi beating the player into the dirt. Vatira puts it over Exotic. A little jumpy, but you gotta wait for your boy Vatira. I think you can trust him at this point that he's gonna win that 50.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Vatira was just so quick to get back to that one. A couple of Oxygen players thinking that they can beat into the ball, but you've always got to understand that if Vatira's going for it, he's probably going to get there. He's one of the players that doesn't go unless he knows he's going to get there first, and can often surprise even the quickest of players that he goes up against. Just how reliable he is getting to the ball in those 50-50 exchanges. Exotic with a recovery here, not able to get there before Oli though, and Jory is. Had boost, but a little bit too close to the plate to get a shot on target there.
Now Tashi's got Exotic on his wing, but Oli just stole the ball, and now it's a potential 2-on-1. Vatira forced to stretch, but no one from Oxygen was really in position for that touch. Exotic gets bumped out of the play. He gets the wave landing to avoid the follow-up bump, and then gets the save as well. Impressive recovery and save from Exotic.
Yeah, it's perfect play there from Exotic, just jumping clean over the top of the second bump attempt that had to land, really. I mean, I think you've got to really be jumping there if you are trying to go on a second bump on Exotic. He's going to try and jump over you. It's just something that has to happen when he's going to need to make a save immediately afterwards. Another great offload. Archie's denied it. He denies the second shot as well. Not needed to be there for the third. Vatira's missed it. Great lead by Itachi. Exotic coming in. His shot's lackluster, but it does set up a boost steal. Looks like Oli's picked up 100 at the far side, so they should be fine here. Oli's able to make a play on the ball. Oxygen survive.
KCorp. They might have been able to keep pushing, but there was a slight maybe miscomm about who was going for the ball earlier. Doesn't seem to have mattered. They have held on to the ball, but they were losing in the boost game. Now Itachi left with only like 6 as he left for that one. And Exotic gets a big clear. But Oxygen aren't gonna let him wait for too long. Exotic setting it up, and whoa, bit of pinball. As the ball sent back by Jorias. Tachi still working on low boost. Great use of the wall to uptick that speed with only 20 boost. Exotic getting rolled by the car, and KCorp trying to slow things down, but the ball just keeps getting pumped back into their corner. They're really having to manage boost effectively because they're not winning every battle. You're seeing a lot of, every time one player's behind the ball they have to defend, it's like 30 or lower that they're going for it. They're starting to win that boost now, though. It's starting to clear the ball with a little more force. Vatira drops the ball down. Archie trying to pass it right back. Oli looking back to Archie. Archie, his touch denied and forced to the corner again.
And what a frustrating game for Oxygen. They just flexed their offense last game, scored so many goals, but the defense of Karmine Corp has just been undeniable in this game. I mean, one of the plays we saw out of Itachi was truly unreal. 6 boost, alone in defense, 1v2. Somebody's trying to bump him. Another player's coming in with a shot, and he denies it. He saves it, clears the ball all by himself. I mean, to make that kind of play when you're completely alone in defense with no boost to play with, that just tells you the kind of defense Karmine Corp are working with today. Now, no time left for Oxygen. Can they push? Create a chance in the closing seconds.
Pushed in the corner. KCorp, they have control. It'll be a KCorp victory if it touches the ground. Archie tries. Jorius got the bounce on the ramp. This one's looking good for Oxygen. Reset on the ceiling. Drops it for the pass. Archie's collected enough small pads and puts the ball back. Maybe he can read this against Vatira, but he's got to have good follow-ups, and they aren't there. KCorp will take the victory. A close one versus Oxygen in Game 4, but they take care of business. Despite all the pressure, KCorp end up being the better team.
Yeah, just ridiculous defense at times this game. The 2 plays in particular that really caught my eye were Exotic surviving an actual connected bump from Oxygen before recovering to make a save in a 1v2, and then Itachi as well making a defensive save in a 1v2.